patrons, forgive the Jeep hair Saturday morning, July 10th. And we've just finished the show on pride. And we got to the bottom of the show notes where we're talking about unhealthy pride being competitive and antagonistic, rule-breaking behavior, right? Where you have somebody who is too proud to lose outright proclaiming that only they could have done this thing. Only they are capable of these kinds of skills. And then the last one on the list was the community. So sharing success with others, being grateful for help and collaboration versus unhealthy pride, which is lording it over others, lording success over others, and not wanting anyone to trespass on your spotlight or your victory. So
yeah,
as we were going to break, you had something to say, and then it took a little bit long to get here. So I don't know if it's still in the back of your mind or what.
Oh, we were talking about, well, it's these successful people that have these intense pride, but to the point where no one can tell them what to do, right? They're supposed to be the ones who dictate to everyone else.
Yeah.
And then they turn into bitter, terrible human beings. Again, like I said, Joseph Heller was like that.
Oh, the writers, that's what we were talking about, was writers.
Kurt Vonnegut's was like that, apparently. I never met him, but I've never heard anyone say anything who met him or had any personal dealings say anything positive about the man.
Well, we've seen too, we've talked a little bit about George R.R. Martin talking about fan fiction and how, absolutely hateful he is towards people who write fan fiction, specifically out of his universe, right? So there is, and I don't know if there's artists that are that way, musicians that are that way.
Well, that's a pet peeve. We're talking about you reaching the pinnacle of your success, right? Mm-hmm. You being recognized as a, great person with your talent, and that pride that you get from that turns you into a horrible human being. Think like Chevy Chase.
I don't know that Chevy Chase is a horrible human being. I don't know anything about him.
I've never heard anyone say anything positive about him. Again.
Yeah. As versus say a Bill Murray maybe who has this reputation of being very kind, and being willing to bring novices along. But that's the social aspect of that pride. You can have pride in the work that you've done and what you've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, but they always a lot of them feel like they haven't been accomplished enough. They're not lauded for everything they do. They're lauded for one particular piece of success.
Yeah.
Like Joseph Heller with Catch-22, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And for some reason that makes you very angry.
I would just be happy for that one success, right? But I guess I can see where it builds, where pride and ambition kind of creates a strive to do more, to be better. And sometimes the only way...
And then they don't, because they shot their bolt. They made their one great contribution to the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
And they come to that recognition of this, but they don't want to accept it, and that makes them bitter.
Yeah,
angry.
I guess then you look at artists that continue to reinvent themselves, that continue to try new things, that get into new spaces, and you think, okay, here's an artist that, even if that artist is unsatisfied with having their one bolt into the zeitgeist, they're also trying to continually build a career that they can be proud of for the duration of their career, or of their life, right?
Well, but sometimes it works out that way.
Yeah.
Look at To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally the only thing she ever wrote.
Yeah.
And I guess that was good enough for her.
It's hard to say because we're not in their shoes, right? We're not Truman Capote. We don't know, right? We're not, Madonna. But I don't know that if I were in my 60s, I would still be doing 5 hours a day of yoga and Pilates and trying to stay perfectly fit and in shape. There's a point where you want to sit back and go, and now I can just be fat and old and happy, right? I don't necessarily need to continue to strive, but I don't know, maybe maybe it's pride.
So she needs some quiet dignity.
Yeah, maybe it's pride, or maybe it's the sense that without being, and there are people that for whom the spotlight they're addicted to that, right? And so they want that praise because they don't know how to live without it. That would be an interesting character too. So, anyhow, thanks for being patrons of the show. We had a lot to say about pride. Next week we'll be doing greed, which is our second deadly sin.
Greed is good.
We appreciate
Greed
you.
is natural.
We appreciate you supporting the show. Have a great weekend.